Lone Wolf Media in South Portland has produced more than 200 hours of documentary films and TV series, but its latest project is one of its most powerful yet. It is a documentary called Resistance, They Fought Back, about resistance by Jews in Eastern Europe during World War II. With us here to talk about it are Kirk Wolfinger, who is the co-director of the film and the president of Lone Wolf Media, and Lisa Goodfellow, one of the producers on Resistance. Thank you both for coming in. It's good to have you here. Kirk, let's begin with the basic premise of the film, which, correct me if I'm wrong, sets out to correct what is an inaccurate perception that many people have about how Jews behaved in Eastern Europe during World War II.
That's correct, Rob. The common trope is the Jews went like sheep to the slaughter. That was the saying, that was the expression. And by the way, it was a Nazi expression. It was Nazi propaganda.
This is where the story begins. Jews did not go to their death as sheep to the slaughter. They fought back.
They resisted through education, they resisted through medical, they resisted in many, many ways. And what we did in this film was we followed scientists and experts back to the sites in Poland and Lithuania and Latvia, and also to Israel. And we wanted to document the evidence of their resistance, and we found a lot of it. So when you watch this film, because Holocaust films are very depressing, as makes sense, this is a film about hope. This is a film about, look what they did. You know, the Jews held out in the Warsaw Ghetto longer than the French and the Belgian armies resisted the Nazis. The Jews in the ghetto with almost nothing resisted longer than the French and the Belgian armies.
You did a lot of the research on this, Lisa, that led to the writing of the script and then, of course, the shooting of the film. What were you looking for as you started to dig into this material?
Yeah, we were looking for stories of resistance. And of course, the interesting part of that is, we knew about the Warsaw Ghetto, we knew about, Abba Kovner in Vilnius, but what we were really amazed by is we didn't find just 1, 2, 3 stories of resistance. We could have done a series because we found resistance everywhere.
Life in the ghetto was a chain of resistance. There were illegal schools, there were illegal libraries, choirs, even theaters. It was an illegal life.
The kids were being educated against Nazi rules. The libraries were being established, books were being saved. All of that was resistance. All of that was defying the Nazis, but it never gets talked about.
This is part of the challenge when making a documentary about the Holocaust is there have been so many books written, so many documentaries. You need to tell a different story, don't you? And as Kirk alluded to, you wanted to do a story that has an element of inspiration in it.
Absolutely, and I think that was one of the things that we were surprised about, the amount of uplifting stories of resistance and how the human spirit persevered in the worst situations.
And if you always keep in mind that part of what the Germans wanted to do was to kill the body, but also to kill the soul, to undermine humanity, the humanity of the individual. And therefore, if you never lost your humanity, then in a very real sense, you're helping to defeat the Germans.
We've done a lot of conversations about films that Lone Wolf has made. This one, to my eye, sounds like one of the most ambitious ever, just in terms of how many places you went to shoot, how many interviews you did, how many hundreds of hours of footage you had to go through.
That's absolutely true. Most of the films we do, Rob, we do as commissions for ABC, Hulu, PBS, Nova, blah. This one is an independent documentary done by Paula Absel, who ran Nova for a long time. She came to us at Lone Wolf as one of her loyal producers, and she said, I need help. This is the film I want to make. This is really important to me. So this was an independent documentary. And we went to, 5 countries. We interviewed over 100 people. We had a crew of 30. It was expansive because we had to follow the story wherever the story took us. And all over Eastern Europe, you have the death camps of Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor. We had to go to all those places and the surrounding communities, because it was in those surrounding communities that you often found not just the Jewish resistance, but non-Jews who helped the Jews during that period.
You've done a lot of work. I'm guessing you're especially proud of this one, Kirk.
Extremely proud of this film. I think, when it comes out, on the 27th, 10 o'clock on PBS. I really do want people to see it and look at it not as, oh, it's another Holocaust film, but this is a Holocaust film that tells a story we have never heard before.
Got to leave it there. Lisa, Kirk, thank you both so much for coming in. Again, the name of the film, Resistance, They Fought Back. It airs on January 27th on PBS stations nationwide. You'll find more information about it and about Lone Wolf Media in the 207 section of our News Center Maine app and website. Stay with us. Back in a moment.